Welcome back to One Consciousness. This week, the horses are making it very clear that we are absolutely in the middle now of the monumental time in history. So anyone that's been following the astrology at this time will understand what the movements are and what's actually leading to this historic time too. The animals and nature understand this at a very fundamental energetic level. They are very, very tuned in to everything that's happening in the cosmos and in the astral plane, everything that's happening in the universe. They haven't separated in the way that we have, and we've been taught to be separated from it during our lifetimes. They're still very connected in and always have been. And they're able to guide us through this time and are very willing and able to guide us through and help us to understand what's actually going on at the moment behind the scenes. So when I say behind the scenes, we're used to having a veil over us. That veil has been so strong and impenetrable for most people. And now that veil has come down, and particularly over the last month. My horse that was working very hard in the astral plane, working with all the energies to counteract the forces that were against this all from happening. They were never going to win. But we are moving now through this time into a completely new earth, to the point where we can't envision what that will actually look like, although the horses and animals and nature are showing us, and you'll hear from previous videos that they've shown us what's actually going to be happening and what's available to us. I could say in the future, but it actually feels like we are moving now very rapidly into this time. If you're interested in working with your horses in this way and you're very drawn to it, you may feel like they're calling to you at the moment. And it's not the purpose of all the animals and nature and trees to work with us in this way, but there are many, many that are. So if you feel drawn then and you need some help, then please do reach out and I'll help wherever I can for you. But they understand the way the energy works, and in the minutest detail, they are all masters of energy. So they're here to show us what they know and how we can best work with our own energy in this monumental time that we're now moving through. So if you do work in this way, you want to start working in this way, just a few points to mention: that I always pay very careful attention to all the words they use if that's how they give me their messages. And also how they phrase their teachings. And then be with the energy that they're showing. So in the energy, there are so many more messages that unfold over the days, weeks, months, and years of them giving these messages. So it's really important not to just take their messages at face value or superficially on the day, and then to cut them off. If they resonate with you or you feel drawn to their messages in any way, just ask and allow for them to work through you. And they will go to many, many layers and into the depths of these many layers. And now, particularly as they're asking us to be in our hearts and to live through our souls rather than the logic of our brains, they are entraining us to the oneness and the connectedness of all, which comes through the linking of all of our souls together in every dimension. Yes, that is in every dimension, including those of people or other animals who you know have already passed over. Our souls are united together. Open up to this phenomenon. Allow it into your soul, open the door, take down any blocks and release them. Now is the time to feel, really feel into the oneness with all. The veil has thinned to such an extent that so many opportunities now are available to us that haven't been before. Maybe that's actually before in the whole of the time of humanity. It may be that significant. So this is where all the animals and nature, and here on these videos the horses are helping to guide us and lead us forwards. Okay, so now for the message this week from my horse. She always starts with an overriding theme of the message. In fact, they both do, in energetic terms. So as always, I do my best to interpret the images and visions they show me in words. But maybe the most effective way to work with their energy is for you to meditate before listening to their message, and then to work with your own images and visions that come up for you from them. Mine and my words are only there as guidance for you initially, until you get used to working with their energies. So this week what she was showing me was very light rain, just falling very, very gently down. Soft and gentle were the two words that I heard. And with the phrase, take it easy. It feels like a pause that they're saying at the moment with this very light rain. Maybe it's just time to be gentle with ourselves and just to pause and observe. We are all being encouraged to rise above all the chaos and the drama of the third dimension, and to stay in love and compassion. Ride the waves smoothly, not going with the ups and downs, but to feel centered. That feeling is so strong going into the new year and for the few days afterwards. It feels like a change of scenery in a theatre in the background. So much is happening behind the scenes, but everyone knows what they need to do, and they are doing it. The scenery change is all going ahead. It might look like chaos, but it's organized chaos for the most part. And that is important to remember. So my horse mentioned about this before, that she's no longer trying to counteract the adverse energies in the cosmos with her energy work. That was settled some time ago, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video. At least a month ago she said that. She is now in observer mode and appears to be just watching it all unfold. She feels contented, happy, and with an element of surprise too. An element of surprise as those of us from the human race are rising above the chaos. The numbers, she says, are so important, and there are so many now that if they aren't quite there and smoothly rising above the chaos, they are working hard on themselves now to achieve it. And this is far greater numbers than she expected at this time. Heartening to see the progress. Those passing after their own energy are working on behalf of the collective energy field to raise it, which in turn is making it so much easier, in inverted commas, now for others to start rising in their energy. This helps to alleviate some of the chaos required in the third dimension. And this is why the sequence of events in the divine timing keeps altering. We are so nearly there, she says. So put a smile on your face and feel it radiating throughout your being and your field. Your aura is so important. Others will feel that and will be drawn to you. Others that are looking for some hope and some direction through this. They don't know what is happening and may hope that this now is just a phase of bad news. They will soon see that it is way more spectacular in size. London, she is telling me, is burning. This may be figuratively or it may be literally. About fires raging in London. Not all over, but in certain areas. And these are in certain sensitive areas around London. She showed me possibilities which I don't particularly want to mention at the moment, but I think you'll know where she's referring to. She's talking about the depravity of what has occurred there that will be extinguished throughout the flames. So be aware of what is likely to happen and alert. It is not intended to kill people or injure people. That is not the point. The point is to extinguish the energy that has been there from all the wrongdoings that have happened in these places for millennia. All the animals, including those who live underground, are tapped into the consciousness of the cosmos, and they are very aware what is on the way. A lot feels as though it is centered around the city. And she's giving me the particular dates here of being careful around the end of January and up to the 5th of February. So with that, we'll leave the message here for this week. And I encourage you all again, if you're not already working with your animals in this way and you feel them calling you, or you feel nature calling you in some way to work with them, where they may have messages for you. If you need any help, then please do reach out. Thanks again for listening.